Welcome to our podcast, guys. In this podcast, we discuss some fantastic racing that happened in the French GP. Welcome to the podcast, guys. Now, this week, the French GP round of MotoGP calendar happened with all kinds of riders battling in three categories of racing. Now, we had a chance to follow those races and we will tell you some highlights from this week's races. Now, let's start the analysis with Moto3 race. Now, what happened in the Moto3 race was something fantastic. John McPhee, who was leading in the qualified at the first position in the grid, eventually won the race. Now, all of the races happened in dry conditions. During the qualification stages on Saturday, it was expected that on Sunday it will be a wet race. But luckily, we were able to go through all the races without any sort of rain on the day. All the races were dry races and we saw fantastic action on Sunday. Now we begin with analyzing the first race, which was the Moto3 race that happened on the 19th. Now in the Moto3 round, John McPhee showed fantastic pace and came first on the grid. He was followed by Della Porta, who came second, and Aaron Canet, who is the championship leader, came in third. This was a fantastic effort from Della Porta and Canet as they qualified on 14th and 15th place on the grid. There was another rider which in our analysis was one of the riders of the day. This guy has been showing up. This guy has been showing fantastic pace in recent months and is proving to be a great competitor in the Moto3 category. This guy is called Toba and he showed some fantastic pace at the end. He was actually in the podium places before he was nudged by Canet and eventually came in 6th. If you ask us, this guy is a fantastic talent. He will show his full potential in the upcoming races. Now, Aaron Canet, he came in third in this race, is leading the championship. Della Porta, who came in second, is now second in the championship. This was a very close race. All 6 riders who were in the front were battling till the end. We expected anything to happen till the last corner. Finally, John McPhee showed fantastic pace and took the win. Now this year, the championship will be very exciting as there are a lot of awesome riders who have shown brilliant pace, especially at the end of the race. Some of the riders that we mentioned who have shown amazing talent and phenomenal pace are actually, let's name them, Masia, Andre Migno and Darren Binder, of course. All these riders will prove to be brilliant in the upcoming season. Watch these races. All these riders are super talented and they will provide amazing entertainment for all the racing fans. Now after this fantastic Moto3 race, we moved on to the Moto2 race that happened. Now in the Moto2 race, Alex Marquez took the win. Alex Marquez showed phenomenal pace, consistent pace from the start till the end. He kept a decent gap between him and other riders. He was consistent in the whole race and eventually took the first position in the end. It was a fantastic victory for Alex Marquez as he now is a contender in the championship. His overall standing right now in the championship is 4. The second place went to Jorge Navarro. Jorge Navarro showed brilliant pace in the qualifying session. He is one of the most talented riders coming from Spain. This guy battled till the end and he showed why new generation of Spanish riders will light up the MotoGP circuit. He had qualified on the top of the table and managed to finish second at the end. He is one of the most talented riders, upcoming riders in the MotoGP racing circuit. Watch out for him in the future. He looks to be a phenomenal talent. Now let's move on to another phenomenal talent from Spain who came in third. Augusto Fernandez is one of the top upcoming riders. Now he is another talent to watch out for in the future. He has shown amazing pace, consistent pace in this season. He has shown he has the pace to fight for podium in every race. He will be, in our analysis, one of the best, one of the top riders and the future. Now let's talk about another rider who had an average race with Baldassarri crashing out the race. Thomas Luthi had a fantastic chance to cover up some points and win the race. He started okay, but he lost out eventually and was not consistent enough to catch up with the leaders. He eventually finished 6th. This meant that Baldassari is still leading the championship. Now, Thomas Luthi is one of those riders who likes to be consistent and is one of the contenders since he has been in the Moto2 championship. We expect him to show more consistent pace in the upcoming races. He has a lot of talented riders this year who are now showing they are strong in the latter half of the races. He needs to take charge and show that he has the pace and the guile to win the championship. Let's see how he performs in the upcoming months. Now, let's talk about the main race, which was the MotoGP race. In MotoGP race, as expected, Marc Marquez qualified on top. Now, he has been in fantastic form lately. No other rider right now can compete with Marc Marquez. Pace, the acceleration and the control he's showing is fantastic. Except for one blunder in Texas, he has won all the races with comfortable margins. If he had won that race in Texas, he would have easily taken a comfortable 33-point lead in the championship. But with one crash, he's still ahead in the championship with just 8 points. There's only 8-point lead that he has over Andre Dovizioso. Now, this race proved to be a fantastic proving ground for the factory Ducati team. Both their riders, Dovizioso and Petrucci, took 2nd and 3rd position in the race. They kept a consistent race pace and managed to finish in 2nd and 3rd. They were not able to compete with Marquez, but Ducati made a significant improvement as they were fighting for the 2nd and 3rd place till the end. Petrucci was stuck behind Valentino Rossi for the longest time, but he eventually crossed him and managed to head forward to compete with Andre Dovizioso for the 2nd place in the podium. Other racer who came in 4th showed very good form during the race, gave a brilliant fight to Marc Marquez during the first few laps of the race. He was Jack Miller. Now, he eventually managed to finish in 4th, but he was fighting for the podium till the end of the race. The only problem that Jack Miller has is he is not able to manage his tires well. If he shows that he can manage his tire well till the end of the race, he will be a very good contender for podium in the upcoming race. Pramac Ducati, which is one of the other Ducati teams, has showed very good pace in few races and they can challenge in every race if they want to. They need to just manage their tires well and they need to show consistent pace to contend for the podium spots. Now, another rider who showed brilliant pace during the qualifying was Fabio Quartararo. Now, Fabio Quartararo, being French and his home Grand Prix, was expected to fight for the podium in his home Grand Prix. But what happened was really sad because he had a poor start that meant he went back in the grid. He was not able to compete for the podium places. Later on, he showed phenomenal race pace where he was lapping half a second faster than the leader Marc Marquez. We expected him to be on the top place in the podium. Anyways, he looks to be a fantastic talent. Let's see what he does in the future. Another rider we were impressed with during the race was Paul Espargaro. Now, Paul Espargaro with his KTM factory team came in 5th, showed brilliant pace, was giving a fight to all the top riders in the beginning, eventually managing his tires and finishing in 5th place. Now, this is the best result for KTM factory team in the MotoGP racing circuit. We would like Paul to continue with this kind of results and show this kind of pace in the upcoming races. Now, with this, it was a fantastic weekend for both the Marquez brothers and the Marquez family. Both of those guys are amazing racers and they won their respective races in the categories. Now, Marc Marquez looks to be in the form of his life. The next 2-3 rounds will judge how good other racers are. If Marc Marquez clears out and wins the next couple of rounds this year, he will take the championship. Let's see how the next round goes, and after that there are 2-3 crucial rounds coming up in the circuit. The next round is in Mugello in 2 weeks We will cover the race and bring you all the highlights we have given you right now, like we have discussed right now. We will keep bringing this kind of short analysis of the races that happened during the Superbike and the MotoGP season. With MotoGP and World Superbike, we will also start bringing you IOM-TT race analysis as well. The season for Isle of Man TT is also beginning in June. With this, we end our podcast. You need to subscribe and like and follow us on our podcast channels and other content channels as well. We are in social media. We'll put all the links of our content and social media in the description. Follow us, see our updates. Make sure you like, subscribe to our channel and keep supporting us. Before we bring you our next episode, we always say ride safe, always wear a protective gear and ride everywhere. With this, we take your leave till our next episode. Bye.